The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Up next on News 3, we have breaking information on the Steve Whalen case. We'll tell you the latest information on why Whalen will no longer be going to trial tomorrow. Also, people around town are still recovering from last week's rainfall. Rachel Steibing has the latest on one student's basement and their ongoing cleanup. And it looks as though summer might be here to stay. Will our week warm up and stay warm? Kenzie Gibson has the latest on your weekend forecast. Coming up now.
Welcome to News 3, live at 4. News with Jessica Adusi and with Chris Lovingood. Sports with Gabriel McDonough, and weather forecasts from our team of meteorology students at Western Illinois University. News 3 starts right now.
Emergency managers are calling it the Great Spring Floods of 2013. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4. I'm Chris Lovingood.
And I'm Jessica Adusi. Thanks for joining us. At least 44 counties in Illinois, including McDonough County, are feeling its effects with road closures and water conservation orders. The Illinois Department of Transportation has released an update on road conditions around Macomb. Illinois 89 south of Illinois River in Putnam County is now open, but roads are still closed are US 136 at Illinois River in Havana, Illinois 18 at Illinois River, Illinois 78, Illinois 97 between US 136 and US 24, and Illinois 9 between Illinois 97 and Bushnell. And a professor of emergency management at WIU says that out of Illinois 102 counties, 44 of them have been declared emergency areas after the recent flooding. And the recent flooding is still on the minds of many Macomb residents. News 3's Rachel Steibing is here to tell us more.
Thanks, Jessica. With the recent flooding, nearly 100 homes have been damaged and are still dealing with the consequences. I talked to some students here on campus about how the flood affected them.
Rain, rain, and more rain. That's what we saw last Wednesday night, and some discovered it wasn't just outside.
My roommate was here, and she called me and she was like, oh, there's water in our basement, and when she first discovered it, there was probably like 3 inches.
Okay, so when I came home, the water was about this high on the steps, and that was about 11 p.m. And then by 7 in the morning, when my roommate's mother got here to put the sump pump in, it was at about the 3rd step. Right here.
Luckily, no one was living in the basement, and the only things ruined were some household items.
Well, the washer works now, but we don't know about the dryer. The stove, the fridge are probably gone. All the carpet is probably really nasty.
The girls pumped all of the water out of the basement on their own because owners had over 25 houses with the same problem.
As far as the landlords, we don't really know what's going on. They said that they would come have someone clean it. It's been a week now, and they haven't done anything except for try to help us dry it out.
This was the first time the house experienced flooding since they have lived there. For now, the girls will have to wait and see what the landlords will do and hope nothing else comes floating in.
We don't even know where this came from. It just floated in the water when it was all flooded and just kind of landed there.
If you are still dealing with flood damaged items, remember that the city is offering a pickup for the next 2 weeks.
The city of Macomb has lifted its water conservation order, but the city-issued boil order remains in effect until further notice. Officials are asking residents to boil water for at least 5 minutes before consumption. On Wednesday, the city issued the boil and water conservation order in wake of a power outage that damaged the water purifying system at the city's water plant. After several rainy days, today was nothing but sunshine on campus. News 3's Kenzie Gibson has the first look. Kenzie, is the gorgeous weather going to last all day?
Yes, it is nice to see some sunny weather after all the rain we've been having. Today was a beautiful day with mostly sunny skies and warmer temperatures, as well as the high reached 57 for today. Stay tuned in the next 10 minutes for my full forecast to see if the sunny weather and warm temperatures will continue on into this weekend and next week as well. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Kenzie. It's finally going to feel like spring this weekend, so why not make it look that way as well? You're invited to come plant trees this weekend at WIU's Hornfield campus to celebrate National Arbor Day. There will be thousands of saplings to plant, so everyone is encouraged to come. The event starts at 1 o'clock this Saturday. The project is part of an ongoing restoration plan for the 92 area retreat. And tomorrow's hearing, scheduled for 9 a.m., is to resolve the second aldermanic seat has been canceled. Judge Rodney Clark will announce his decision in writing by 4 p.m. Earlier today, the city filed a motion stating that it had no additional evidence to present to the court. On April 8th, the court granted the city's motion to be delayed for the additional evidence in support of its position. If Clark rules in favor of the city, those votes will then determine the second alderman.
And in Leatherneck news, the women's soccer shelter was burned down last Friday. News 3's Pierce Roberson has more on what the shelter meant to the team and the university.
Tragedy struck the WIU women's soccer team last week as a devastating fire ripped through their equipment shed.
On the early morning hours of Friday, April 19th, our office was contacted that there was a fire just north of Brophy Hall. When we responded, the soccer shed that housed their equipment.
Officials are suspicious that this could be a suspected arson case.
There was no electricity to the building, no gas to the building, and really nothing really to start a fire there, which is why we're calling it suspicious.
The shed was dedicated in honor of Seamus Gwynn, the son of former women's soccer coach Tony Gwynn. Seamus fought a courageous battle with cancer for 5 years before passing away in December at the age of 11.
Just because a shed burned down doesn't mean that you're going to forget his memory. His memory is going to live not only with the women's soccer team, but everyone who was around here when Coach Gwynn was here, everyone who knew Seamus or knew of the battles that he courageously fought. That's never going to die. They will always live inside of us.
OPS and the Macomb Area Crime Stoppers are asking for anyone that knows more about the fire to come forward. You can contact the OPS at 309-298-1949. Also, 5 Western Illinois University students were remembered at a memorial ceremony on the west lawn of Sherman Hall. Families and friends of former Western University student Lisa McDaniel, Timothy Gallagher, Ann Madison, Thomas Wagner, and David Baker gathered to plant a tree in honor of their lost loved ones. The ceremony included a group prayer, a trumpet solo of taps, and parents of the students coming up and putting mulch around the newly planted tree. Many students came out to show their support, and the main theme of the ceremony was once a Leatherneck, always a Leatherneck.
WIU is increasing the standards of admissions for the next school year. The new standards will be based on high school grade point average and ACT scores. Students who are on the verge of meeting the new requirements will be evaluated by their personal statements, recommendations, academic goals, and core academic classes. And Wednesday, students and faculty from all over the campus participated in Purple and Gold Day. The yearly event allows members of Western Illinois University to get out and show their school spirit. Many students donned the very well-known Leatherneck colors, and because it was so nice outside, many students showed off their colors on campus. It turned out to be a very good Purple and Gold Day.
Several programs are earning great recognition at WIU. The programs are noted for their size, demands for graduates, and unique area of concentration for undergraduate students. The university's signature programs are accountancy, agriculture, biology, engineering, chemistry, LEJA, musical theater, nursing, RPTA, sports broadcasting, supply chain management, and teacher education. Western Illinois University is expecting some record-breaking applications for the 2013-14 school year. The university recently received its 10,000th application for freshman admission for the fall 2013 semester. The number has increased from last year. WIU didn't reach the 10,000 mark till June of last year. Andy Borst told University Relations he's excited to be 2 months ahead and is happy with the quality of the applications. The university's union board will be hosting Rocky After Dark, Light Up Hanson tomorrow night. This event will be held in the Hanson Field and will be from 4 to 8 p.m. There will be food and enjoyable events for no cost at all. This will be the final outdoor event of the year.
If you need a little break tomorrow afternoon, feel free to stop by Memorial Hall. Pick up a Nintendo Wii remote and play some games in room 125 as part of Student Extravaganza. There will also be other fun activities to help you relax and unwind from your busy week. The event is sponsored by Career Services and goes from 1 to 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And if you enjoy listening to some music, head out to the Ritz tonight to watch WIU's first ever Red Bull Play and Destroy. Red Bull Play and Destroy is a collegiate student versus student iPod battle where creativity and a vast music collection are more important than technical DJ skills. Each contestant will create a playlist that must fit into the right category in order to win. The competition will begin at 10 p.m. and will continue until midnight. And it's that time again for your pet of the week. This week's pet is a sweet young cat named Tucker. This male cat is a domestic shorthair and is about 1 year old. He weighs about 11 pounds and is neutered and has had his feline distemper shot. Unfortunately, this young boy is deaf, but he doesn't let his disability not hinder his personality. Tucker is super sweet, relaxed, and loves getting lots of attention. And to add to his great personality, he is great with kids and dogs and other cats. Tucker has been there since April 8th and needs your help in finding a good home. So if you have any questions on Tucker or any of the other animals, feel free to contact the shelter. And remember, these animals need your help at finding a better life, so please choose to adopt.
After the break, we'll let you know about the fatal shooting that killed 5 people just hours away.
And officials have uncovered the Boston bombing suspect's other plans of attack.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Look, honey, the neighbors just bought a big screen TV.
Hey, I just got a bonus at work. Maybe we should get one too.
Hold on there.
Savings Man.
Using your bonus to secure your future by paying down debt or saving is a better way to go.
Well, I declare you're right, Savings Man.
Stay ahead by choosing to save. And don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses.
But their name is Johnson.
For more tips and tools, visit choosetosave.org today.
For others, it may have just been a summer job. But for me, it was training. Now I'm an Air Force pararescueman, and my job is to save lives. Make the right choices today, and be ready for the challenges tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Winston, just one more inning, Grandma.
Ever notice how many things today kids can do without actually moving? A whole lot of things their parents used to do the hard way. So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part, which makes exercise even more important for children. In fact, new research tells us the best time to enhance bone development is during childhood and adolescence. And just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Healthy bones come from healthy habits. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello. Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda?
A public service message on building strong bones for kids from the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America and the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
A gunman shot and killed 5 people in the small town of Manchester, Illinois on Wednesday. A 6-year-old child was also hurt but is expected to live. Police say the suspect led them on a high-speed chase before a shootout. He died after being taken into custody. Local schools were canceled for the day. The town's mayor says he has no clue what led to the murders. The surviving suspect of the Boston bombings has told investigators Boston wasn't the only target he and his brother targeted. The brothers had discussed setting off the rest of their explosives in New York's Times Square last Thursday. The two had talked about using a hijacked car to attend a party after the Boston attack. But the plan backfired when the owner of the car escaped. Officials say the idea was an undeveloped plan. The surviving suspect is expected to be moved from his hospital bed to a secured medical facility in the next 2 days.
More than 240 people are dead after an 8-story building collapsed in Bangladesh. The building that housed 5 clothing factories, a bank, and around 300 shops fell to the ground yesterday morning. Workers showed concern Tuesday about cracks they had noticed on the building, but were ordered to report to work anyways. Authorities say the building was not built using the safety rules and regulations. Over 2,000 people have been rescued from the rubble. And if it wasn't for Facebook, a family in New York would still have no idea who killed their daughter 45 years ago. It was 1968 when 4-year-old Carolee Sadie Ashby was fatally struck by a car in her hometown of Fulton, New York. The mystery has finally been solved thanks to the Facebook post of a retired detective. Lieutenant Russ Johnson posted details about the case on a local history Facebook page when a man came forward with the confession. No charges can be pressed because the statute of limitations have expired. And the sunshine from today will carry on into the weekend. Kenzie Gibson will have her full forecast when we return.
what age is the color that your skin was meant to be no longer beautiful? Every year, millions of young women try to change the skin they were born with and say they die for darker skin. Sadly, some actually do. Melanoma is the second most common cancer in teens and young adults, and one person dies from melanoma every hour. Change your thinking, not your skin. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Something's not right. My first symptoms were
constant tingling in my toes.
double vision. They said you have multiple sclerosis.
Kind of had to get a grasp on reality.
I had to adapt and change very rapidly.
I had to learn how to drive with my hands. Yeah, that was interesting.
A symptom may cause you not to be able to do that anymore. And at one point, I wasn't able to do any of those.
Since I've been cycling, it's definitely helped my walking.
It's a fantastic opportunity to be working together with a common goal of curing MS, and sharing is the key.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
I'm a big believer in the power of we. We can tackle the tough challenges we face and build community through service and volunteering. It's time for you to raise your hand. Go to serve.gov and get involved in something you believe in.
How will you raise your hand when they call your name?
Are you with me?
We weren't born to follow.
Seeing lots of sunshine this evening with a current temperature of 55 degrees for the high, dry air, and winds coming in from the west at 15 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we'll see mostly clear skies, calm weather with a low of 40, and winds coming in from the southwest at 10 miles per hour. Looking at the radar across the region, there's absolutely nothing going on, just sunshine throughout our area and a few scattered showers out to the east. And looking at the temperatures around the area, mid-60s, low 60s, mid-50s for our area, 62 for St. Louis today, and 65 for Kansas City. And looking at the temperatures across the country, generally in the mid-60s as well, 86 in Orlando, Florida, 71 in Texas. And looking at the current surface, there's a high pressure building in, bringing in sunny conditions and calm weather for today and overnight as well. On Friday during the day, we'll see dry weather and sunny skies, but then we'll look out for this storm system moving in and bring a slight chance of showers for Friday afternoon and Friday night as well. And then on Saturday, we'll have a few lingering showers throughout the day, and the sunshine will come out in the evening and overnight. And then on Sunday, we will see warm and sunny weather as well. So for this weekend, we'll see some rain, so plan on doing some indoor activities, but the good news is that the temperatures will start to increase over this weekend and next week as well. A high of 70 for Sunday with sunny weather, and then on Monday a high of 76 with mostly sunny skies, and then on Tuesday we'll have a high of 76 degrees for Tuesday and sunny weather as well.
Well, thanks for that, Kenzie. We do appreciate it. It has been rather nice outside. It was so nice. I went on a bike ride yesterday, and it was lovely.
Did you? I actually played some street hockey with some of my friends the other day because it was so nice out. And speaking of hockey, let's hope it doesn't get too warm because we don't want that ice to melt for the Blackhawks. How about that, Gabe?
Definitely not. The Blackhawks with a chance to wrap up the President's Cup with a win last night. We'll have highlights and much more coming up in sports.
It is so easy to give back.
I don't have a lot of money to help people, but I do have something. I have time.
Get up and do something.
Just imagine how strong a society we could be.
Every one of us has a role to play in making our communities and our country stronger. Discover yours. Help us continue to make a difference in the life of our nation. Go to serve.gov and find the opportunity that works for you. And this message is brought to you by the Corporation for National and Community Service.
Stop. Whether it's on the way to school, at school, or online, bullying has become a non-stop threat to our youth today. Is your child being bullied? The National Runaway Switchboard can help. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
Welcome back. Western Illinois baseball finished off their non-conference schedule with an 8-1 victory over St. Ambrose yesterday. Western had 8 pitchers combined for 13 strikeouts in the game, and now riding a 3-game winning streak, Western gets set for the final stretch of their season with their final 8 games against Summit League opponents. The Leathernecks will travel to Fort Wayne to take on the Mastodons in a 4-game series over this weekend. In the majors we go. The White Sox were wrapping up a brief 2-game series taking on the Indians over in Cleveland. Haha, take a look at this guy showing off his moves during the game. Look at that old guy go. He can go. Bottom second now, Sox up 1-0. Paul Konerko lines this one a second, but wow, right at Jason Kipnis with a nice dive and catch to rob Paulie the base hit. Bottom 5 now, Sox 1-0. Alex Rios hits that one up, and away. His 6th home run of the year. Sox up 3-0. Top 9th now, Cleveland down to their last out, lined right over to Alexi Ramirez. Take a second look at that. Alexi right up the middle. A nice dive and play right there. Throws on to first, and they would win the game. And they split the series, and they end up taking 2 of 3 from the Cleveland Indians. Sox return home today as they host the visiting Tampa Bay Rays for a 4-game set where first pitch is scheduled for 7 p.m. Over to the National League we go as the Cardinals were in the nation's capital trying to sweep the Nationals last night. Nationals marquee pitcher Steven Strasburg taking the mound yesterday. He's having a pretty good year for the Nats. Top first, no score. Yadier Molina up to bat, knocks this one down the right field line. That'll score Matt Holliday and Matt Carpenter. Yadier Molina stands in with a stand-up double right there to put up the Cards 3-0. Bottom 3 now, Cards up 3-0. Jaime Garcia, check out that move in between the legs as he robs Denard Span of a base hit to end the inning. Now in the 8th inning we go. Matt Holliday up to bat here, and he'll doink this one high off a home plate over to Ian Desmond, who has no play anywhere. Cardinals score a run right there, and the Cardinals go on to win 4-2, and they complete the series sweep over in D.C. Cardinals will open a 3-game series against the Pirates at home in St. Louis tomorrow, where first pitch is set for 7:15. Now the NHL we go. Hawks have a chance to secure the President's Cup with a win last night over in Edmonton. First period, Hawks up. Hawks 0-0. Brandon Saad gets the 2-0 breakaway, kicks it over to the captain, Jonathan Taves, for the wrister right there. 1-0 Hawks. Later in the first, Oilers on the offensive, and it's Niall Yakupov, nothing, but he gets it back, slaps it right past Emery. He goes top shelf, give him a little kiss on the jersey right there, 1-0. Now a turnover will lead to another breakaway here as Patrick Kane puts it on. He goes 5-hole. Take a look at that. 2-1 Hawks right past the goalie, and he's amazed. Now Hawks up 2-1 now. Patrick Kane kicks it over to Johnny. Oh, don't you do him like that, do ya? 3-1 with the goal right there. Hawks go on to win 4-1 in Edmonton, securing the President's Cup for the best regular season record in the National Hockey League. Hawks are off today and will play the Calgary Flames tomorrow back home in Chicago, where puck drop is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. And with no standout #1 pick in this year's NFL, a ton of speculation is surrounding the Kansas City Chiefs and their #1 pick. ESPN reported earlier today that the Chiefs have already decided on who they will be choosing with the pick, but will not release who until they're actually on the clock later tonight. They're trying to hear all possible offers before the draft starts, and if the Chiefs do indeed pick up the #1 pick, it's been speculated that they will pick offensive tackle Eric Fisher from Central Michigan or offensive tackle Luke Joeckel from Texas A&M. Draft coverage starts tonight at ESPN at 7 o'clock. So guys, a lot of stuff going on in sports. I didn't get to it today, but the Bulls are playing at home back in Chicago for Game 3 of the NBA playoffs, so it should be a doozy.
Thanks, Kay. We wish them good luck.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe somebody's trying to sue Derrick Rose because he was unable to play, so that should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird situation right there, but hopefully my boy won't get sued.
He'll be back soon enough.
Yeah.
And when we come back, a traffic director in Thailand incorporates some familiar dance moves to his volunteer work. Stay tuned.
Here's what you do. Step 1, walk over the window. Step 2, put your arm around him.
But I barely know.
That's okay. Now, step 3, walk away together.
Let's go.
Don't take on a bully. Take off with your friends. And remember, friendship beats bullies every time. For more information, go to agruff.org.
I'm a lion.
Yes, you are. Come here. Let's see how this looks.
Hey, how's my little horse?
She's a lion.
Yes, she is, sir.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
Christopher, your word is SIPC.
Could you use it in a sentence, please?
In the unlikely event that your brokerage firm goes out of business, SIPC is there to protect you.
SIPC.
I'm sorry, Christopher, that is incorrect. Lisa Fannin. Lisa, your word also is SIPC.
May I have that in another sentence, please?
SIPC funds are available to satisfy brokerage customer claims up to a maximum of $500,000, including up to $100,000 for cash claims.
SIPC. S-I-P-K.
Don't know about SIPC, the Securities Investor Protection Corporation? That's okay. We can spell it out for you. Learn more at www.sipc.org.
A 48-year-old Thailand man is a construction worker in Thailand's northern Chiang Mai province, and the man spends his day dancing to a musical legend. He's seen here directing traffic in Michael Jackson's signature moves.
The man told reporters that he was pleased to volunteer to this job because insufficient traffic police has led to a number of accidents in the past.
What? How funny is that, Chris?
No, he's look at him. He's having a good time up there.
He's just going.
Billie Jean apparently is not his lover. So
you know, you got to keep the legend alive somehow. I mean, look at that.
What do you mean alive? He's still alive. He's just on an island with Elvis Presley. Everyone knows that.
And
so.
Tupac, right?
And Tupac.
I forgot.
Everyone
That's
knows
right.
that. I don't know why I'm Biggie,
Oh
so I don't know why you would say that.
You know, I wish somebody would do this here in Illinois. We need a little more excitement.
I tell you what, I would be less tempted to look at my phone and more tempted to actually pay attention to traffic.
Pay attention to the road, right? All right, thank you. That's all the news we have for today. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for tomorrow's Steve Whalen Alderman case,
as well as updates on road conditions throughout the area. For Kenzie Gibson, I'm Chris Lovingood.
And for Gabe McDonough, I'm Jessica Ducey. Have a great evening.